Hello, my friend. Welcome to our weekly What's Up in Makeup live chat. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to be here once again from my house, quarantined. We've officially been in our house for a month, and I think I'm losing it a little bit. So I'm in kind of like a goofy mood this morning. Coffee's doing me good. Feeling really good this morning. So hopefully we'll have a great chat. I'm really looking forward to it. So today, I kind of wanted there's a lot of different little drama things going on right now that I could have talked about, but it was some of them are really serious and I don't know. I wanted to kind of keep it a little more lighthearted today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of double standards, like the way that we as humans look at one individual who does something and then someone else does not the same thing, but something similar. And we're so much harder on this person than we are on this person. Why do we do that? Why do we do that as humans? What is that all about? And I also thought that after we talked about that for a little while, I'm going to do a little break about what I have on my face today. Doing my makeup a little different today. One big change. And then I thought we would talk a little bit about the changes to the Sephora Play box, because I think that's really interesting. And I'm curious to know what you all think about that. And then we'll pop topics, whatever you all want to talk about. So without further ado, let me go ahead and say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. Live chat is over here for me. I think it's over here for you if you're watching on the replay. And if you are watching on the replay, you're participating in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness down in the chat down below, not the chat, but in the comment section. That's what that thing's called, comment section. Good morning to Amber. Good morning to Consuelo. Good to see you. Lucy, good morning. She was here early, getting ready. Hello, Marlana, I believe is how I hope I pronounce your name right. Ginger is here. My girl Shirley is here. Hello, hello. Sunshines and smiley faces to you. Dang cute fish is here. Melissa is here. Good morning. I hope everybody is healthy and happy. Me too. Roseanne is here. Good morning to you. Ginger is reminding everyone to like and share this live stream. Thank you so much, Ginger, for doing that. I appreciate that. Liking and sharing the live stream tells YouTube to share it with other people, which is always a good thing for me, at least. It's really nice to have more people join us. Katie is here. Katie Marie has a YouTube channel. Go check it out if you like. Good morning, Jen. She says, hope you're doing okay this morning. Look forward to your chat. Looking forward to being here. AD is here, and my girl Debbie Green is here. Sophia and Michaela is here. Mander Jack is here. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. So, yeah. So this is the thing. This is kind of a tricky topic because I don't want to single anybody out necessarily, even though we'll probably end up naming some names here and there. But I feel as we get to know people in life and, maybe we're working at a new job or maybe, we're growing up with family, getting to know the kinds of people that we're around, getting to know people on the internet. As we're watching a reality television show, when we first meet, the characters not characters, but the people that are on a reality TV show and they first walk in and you kind of get this impression of who they are. And then as the show continues, you get to know more about the choices they make and you start making judgments about who they are as a person. Same thing with on the internet. We see the first video we watch of theirs, and maybe we like it, maybe we don't. We watch more videos, we get more of an idea of who this person is, and we start making judgments about who they are. And that's just human nature. That's how we decide. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. Pause for a second. I did turn on the super chat. I haven't had super chat on for years. I want to say thank you to S. Jackson for the super chat. Much appreciated. She says, thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. This is my first time turning on super chat in a really long time. So if you do not have the means or the desire to put anything in super chat, please don't. It's only for people that want to. I'm opening it up as an option. It's just something if you would like to. So thank you so much for doing that, S. Jackson. I appreciate you so much. I did get a lot of requests after last week's chat to turn it on, and it is becoming more common in the beauty community to have it turned on. So I did turn it on, and it still feels weird. It's probably going to take me a long time to get used to that. If I continue to keep it on, I don't know if I will or not. We'll have to see, because it still feels super weird. But thank you so much. Much appreciated. So this is the thing. Every individual person as we get to know people, especially on YouTube. I mean, when you're watching a reality TV series, everybody's kind of watching the same thing. Everybody's watching the same episodes. So you kind of get, the same impression. And it's all edited, so that's a little different. But when you're watching YouTube, one person may watch videos 1, 5, 7, and 10, and someone else might watch 1, 2, 7, 9, and 12. And we all get different impressions of different YouTubers and who they are as people based on what we've seen of them. Some people may follow them on Instagram or Twitter or on TikTok or wherever that'll give you more information about who they are as a person. Some people follow, gossip forums and things like that, which will give you a different impression of who someone is as a person. So we all have kind of our different awareness of the different aspects that someone is shown online when you become a public figure on YouTube. And that definitely shapes what we see, the judgments we make about who that person is as a person. So I think that it's natural. This is my opinion. I think that it's natural to not really hold people to different standards, but to use what we know about who a person is. And then when there's a behavior displayed, kind of using our background knowledge about that person and adding that into how we judge that person, how we judge their actions based on our prior knowledge. And I think as a community on YouTube, whether we're making videos, whether we're watching videos, I think understanding that everyone has different exposure to who this person is really important to keep into perspective. I think that's important when we when we have conversations about who a person is. And I think it's also really important to know and recognize that just because we've seen a lot of their behaviors on the internet, that doesn't mean that we know them for who they completely are. I mean, really and truly, we're kind of the only people that really know who we are, right? When it comes down to it, maybe our therapist, if we have one, maybe close family members. But it's hard. It's hard to make those judgments. And I think that where we fail as a society is when we make those judgments absolute. When we, Jennifer DJ's wife, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I think that's where we really need to be careful, is when we make those judgments absolute. When we say that because this person did this one thing, that now they are this kind of person forever and ever until the end of time. And I understand that there are different levels of severity as well. There's a difference between somebody being inconsiderate, somebody being doing something that's like you look at and you go, oh, I wouldn't have done that, versus someone that does something that's absolutely abhorrent or that crosses a line for you, absolutely crosses a line for you. There's a difference there as well. And everybody has their different unique lines of where that line is drawn. And I think that it's important for us to not be sheep and not follow along with what everybody says, because we do have all our own unique ideas about right and wrong and where our lines are. I mean, I think there's some things that are pretty general that the vast majority of people can agree are right and wrong, but I'm talking about the more things that are a little more like, rather than, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times, especially in today's society, I feel like we are not respecting the diversity of opinions and allowing people to have different opinions based on their unique perspectives. And it's weird to me. It bothers me that we are so closed-minded as a society to not allow people to have their own point of view. Again, there's different levels of severity, and there's those lines, those deal breakers where maybe this doesn't necessarily apply. But, I'm trying to say, hopefully. I hope so. Let's go see what the community says. So Jamie says, with cancel culture, we make no room for forgiveness or redemption. We can hold people accountable and still encourage them to apologize, learn, and grow from it. Absolutely. And I think with cancel culture, too, is when we're talking about those lines that are crossed. When we're talking about lines of things that hit you in a personal way that just make you go, oh my gosh, this is just an unforgivable act. This is just absolutely unforgivable. And I get that. Susie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love your little, is that a dog or a cat? I think that's a dog. I'm not sure what that is. I am going to be saying thank you to the people that are contributing in Super Chat. And if that bothers you, I'm really sorry about that. But I feel like that would be very inappropriate of me not to say thank you. So I apologize. So anyway, maybe, I don't know. I'll have to figure out, this is my first time doing Super Chat in a while. So maybe I'll figure out a way to make it a little less interrupty. But thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think that when there's that line, some people think that certain actions are absolutely unforgivable, and I think that that's their right. But I think that pushing that line on other people and demanding that other people have that line as well isn't really fair, because I think people have their own ideas of right and wrong. And I think when we start trying to control other people's belief systems and when we start trying to control other people's lines, we're talking about a very bad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody imposing their beliefs on me, and I don't want to impose my beliefs on you. No matter how bad I think someone's belief system is, it's not my right to impose that belief system. Oh, sorry, Tabitha. Tabitha's reminding me for the moderators that I need slow chat. I apologize. I'm putting it on right now. Sorry. That was my fault. Thanks, Tab. All right. Putting it on. Oh, forgot that doesn't work. Save. Got it. Sorry about that. Thank you, Tabitha. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's go. Let's read what more people in the community think. There's in Q's boom. Intention is everything. Not all influencers have integrity. Actions reveal that. That's very, very true. Alyssa, I'm assuming, says, I honestly think some influencers get a pass for everything while others are attacked for everything. And I think that is 100% true. Totally agree with that. But I also think that it has to do with what you have seen of that person and what your personal biases are. So let's say, Manda. I'm just going to make up Manda. Let's say I watch a video of Manda, and Manda seems just like me. I think that Manda has some, she's beautiful and she's talented and she's funny and she makes me laugh and she makes my day better. And I'm so happy that I get to watch Manda's videos. And then I hear Manda did something terrible. I'm like, but this is Manda. Like, I love Manda. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love her. Like, she's added so much joy to my life. Or maybe I feel like I see myself in her and I see, my own identity in her, and she speaks for me and the things that I believe. And now she's done this thing. I may be more likely to give her a pass than someone that doesn't identify with her. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where things get a little crazy, as far as us all disagreeing with each other. Thank you, Melanie. You're awesome. I appreciate you. I'm trying to... For some reason, Melanie's super chat didn't show up. Okay. Zara says cancel culture is going to create a pendulum swing the total opposite way. And it might. And I think that that's a scary thing, because I do think that we do need to hold people accountable for their behavior. I've had people hold me accountable for choices that I've made that people didn't agree with, and people, were very vocal about things that they didn't agree with. I mean, nothing like huge major, but like little things where they're like, Jen, this is the wrong direction. Let's go this way. Let's not go that way. Let's go this way. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go that way. You're right. I didn't even think about that. I'll go that way. I mean, it's very rare. It's not very often, but the one that comes to mind is when I did that video. It was supposed to be like a react video, because react videos are so popular, and I did a react video to a Jaclyn Hill video, and I had just come back from a long trip, and I just felt like I was listening to this video on the way home that Jaclyn had done, and I just, I had a bunch of feelings, so I just turned on my camera and I just said my feelings, and I did a react video, and a lot of people found that it being refreshing and, to be very, honest and the things that they were thinking, but then there were a lot of people that found it to be in poor taste. So I never did that kind of video again, because what I was trying to do was more of a discussion video, and it turned out to sound like a lot of criticism, and there were certain parts of my tone that sounded mean, and that wasn't my intention. And I saw their perspective, and I decided to turn the other direction. So I think that it is important to express to people when we feel like they've done something that's against what we believe to be right. But there's a way to do that. There's a way to do that in a way that's kind. There's a way to do it in a way that is helpful. And there's a way to do it that is not helpful, And I think that the different behaviors should have a different level of outrage, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Angela. Angela says, thank you for being willing to discuss these things and move towards love instead of ugliness. Absolutely, 100%. Thank you so much for that. Robbie says, everyone makes mistakes, but it's easier to forgive one who is remorseful. Absolutely. But the thing is it's really hard sometimes to tell whether someone is truly remorseful or not. Some people are really good actors, and some people are just really bad at expressing themselves. So when we're dealing with real humans, sometimes it's hard to know when someone truly is remorseful, and especially when it's done in a text format, because, wording can give clues as to whether someone's actually remorseful or not. But I think if something is very well written, it can show that someone is remorseful when maybe they really aren't, but there's just no way to know. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, there was a very, very racist, I guess it was on TikTok thing that was going around, where it was a girl and a guy. I think they're in high school, and it was awful. It was disgusting. I never want to see. I saw it once, and I'm upset that I saw it once. I never want to see it again. It was disgusting. She put out an apology, and it was really sad. It was so sad. Like all the missteps within that apology just shows that she has a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning and a lot of growing to do. I think that showed kind of where she was at, but at the same time, it's like, I think that we need to educate her. I think that, not we need to educate her. I think she needs to educate herself on all of that, because it was bad. It was really bad. So I don't know. Mel says James needs a good PR team to prevent him from doing stupid things. And I think this is the thing too. Having had, my impulsivity judged and held against me for very long periods of time. I feel like sometimes, at least for me, sometimes I act without thinking. Like I tweet something thinking that it's perfectly fine, and I just go. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way. I think there was a quote once that I tweeted, and it had something to do with disability. I used to be a special education teacher. So it had something to do with being disabled, and was supposed to be an empowering kind of quote about being disabled, and how you can be, about having ability. And I can see after I tweeted it, people were telling me, I see this as being very ableist. It seems this direction. And I hadn't even seen it that way. So I deleted it. And because I didn't even, first I got defensive. Well, the first thing was I got defensive. I was like, it doesn't mean that. That's not what it means. It means this. And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can see that now. So I deleted it. So as far as a PR team, I agree. I think large influencers and large celebrities probably should run their stuff through somebody else before they put it out there, just to save themselves headache and drama and all of that. But sometimes you just do things and you really don't think there's anything wrong with it. And then somebody brings a different perspective in, and you're like, oh, yeah. And then there's another aspect that I want to talk about, but I want to thank a couple people first. For their super stickers. Thank you so much. They somehow got buried. Oh, there we go. Jessica, thank you so much. I love your little workout pair. He's so cute. Thank you. You are so kind. And thank you so much to Sherry. You're amazing. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Really and truly. Really appreciate it. So this is the other thing I want to talk about is when you get to a certain level of fame, right? Especially on YouTube, you see this happening, where the more you do things that show you're a jerk, the more popular you get. Have you noticed that? Like, maybe not as much in the beauty space, but like in other spaces on YouTube. I don't want to name names specifically. Okay, Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Okay, that's the only ones I'm going to say. But like, because that's pretty obvious. Okay? Like, it seems like the more, I don't want to say anymore though, but I think that's pretty common that people like see them as kind of being jerky, but also very popular. That's why I use them specifically. And I don't think they care that people think they're jerks. But I feel like the higher level of popularity you get, the more you can just, it actually seems to be good for you to do bad things. Because then you get press, you get, Refinery 29 articles written about you and Cosmopolitan and Teen Vogue, and then more people are like, well, if I didn't know this, but who is this person? Maybe I'll go watch this video. And then you're going down a rabbit hole and you're watching all of their videos. You're giving them ad revenue, you're giving them views. Maybe you're subscribing because you want to watch the train wreck. And it ends up being a positive thing. Isn't that a thing? Like, I feel like that ends up being not a positive thing. Like, I don't want you to be wrong. Not a positive thing for the world, not a positive thing for the vibe of the world, but a positive thing for that individual person. And my question is James there? Is he at that level? Are there other influencers at that level? Like, I don't want to like this to be like an attack James thing, but I'm wondering, is he at that level? I'm not saying he would do something specifically because I don't know his intentions, but I don't know. It seems like that's a thing. I mean, you think about people that are super popular on the YouTube platform. Shannon, thank you so much. She says, love Sunday chat. Love your shirt. Thank you for bringing us together weekly. You're very welcome. This is my Good Vibe shirt. I got this shirt when I was with Risa from Risa Does Makeup. And the first time I met Michelle Wong, if you don't know their YouTube channels, you should totally check them out. We were shopping in the mall, and I think it was the second day that I'd met Michelle, because I met Michelle over at Risa's house, and then we went shopping, I think, the next day. But we were just kind of shopping around the mall, and this is what I ended up picking up. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you. She says, always stay up on Sunday, Monday to watch you. Love from Victoria, Australia. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, right underneath her, Susan says, I find it interesting there are so many people with anxiety doing YouTube. I think that's interesting too. I guess maybe like with social anxiety, like it's easier to talk to a camera than it is to talk to a whole group of people. And I remember this, like, 'cause I'm pretty sure that Kathleen Lights has anxiety, and I know she doesn't go out of her house a whole lot. And I actually got to meet her at an event, and I've actually met her twice. Once was extremely brief. The second time I actually got to talk to her a bit, and she wasn't socially awkward at all. She was very, very nice. So it surprises me that she has those anxieties, because I feel like she just she seemed like she was playing it off really well. Is what I'm saying. She was just really, really nice. So I don't know. Sarah says, being contrite and apologetic is boring. No clickbaity website wants to write about that. Clapbacks generate more drama and attention, and I couldn't agree with you more, Sarah. Britt Clark, who also has a YouTube channel, is here. Robin, to me, it's not YouTube, it's viewers. We're the ones actually clicking. Oh, okay. She was talking to somebody else that I don't know who that was. But I do think that, I'm not sure if people realize the importance of their views, of clicking on a video and what that does, because it adds up. It adds up real quick. So I personally, when I feel like someone is doing something disgusting, when someone's doing something just for attention, just for views, and it's hurting people, like it's actually causing emotional distress for people, I make it a point not to click on those videos, because those things add up over time. They add up. And, if we just don't retweet, if we don't watch, if we don't give the person the attention for that behavior, in theory, that behavior should go away. Or at least it will hurt less people, because the more we retweet and the more we watch, the more we are going to perpetuate that behavior, and the bigger it will spread, and the more people will be hurt. Because if people don't ever see that negative behavior, that it's a hurtful behavior, then they won't be hurt by it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Michelle Wong, I love you. Thank you so much. Oh, Michelle. I don't see your comment, but there it is. She says, to put towards your next flight to Vegas. I love you. Well, hopefully I'll see you before then, but I don't know. I would love to come back to Vegas and hang out again. I love you. If you don't know Michelle Wong's YouTube channel, I'm telling you, you need to go check it out. It's amazing. And it's not just because she did Super Chat. I love her. She's amazing. I love my Michelle. Oh. Adele says, why is it that when we have more people and platforms than ever before, do we elevate and fixate on problematic people instead of letting them have their 15 minutes and then be forgotten? And I think that it's that fascination. It's that wondering. It's that not understanding why this person is exhibiting this behavior. Like, it's the frustration. It's the watching for an emotional feeling. We get a feeling from it. And I think we all... okay, so let's go back to the definition of like art. Art is considered good art when it exhibits an emotion. So when you see something and you get an emotion and that emotion was intended. And I think that when it comes to these YouTube videos that are purposely dramatic and purposely hurtful, they're invoking an emotion. And I think as humans, that is something that we feel the need to respond to. That this is something, whether it's negative or positive, we feel the need to respond to something that evokes an emotion in us. So we don't want to let it die because it gives us a feeling. And then we end up expressing that feeling. And then we are now among a group of people who feel the same way. We feel included in that group. We feel like this is, we have people agreeing with us, which is validating to us. And the more we participate in it, the more we're validated in our own feelings that this person is wrong and I'm right. And it plays on all of these human nature aspects. But if we think about it cognitively and we think about it logically and we think about it, if we really truly don't want this behavior to continue, what we need to do is like you said, let people have their 15 minutes and then just stop it. Just stop watching it, stop sharing it, just stop. That's my thought. A lot of people showing their love for Michelle Wong. Bethany says, why are rich white men still at the top of everything, even in the YouTube beauty space? That is a whole nother conversation. And that goes back generations. And I think that if we think about it, I think it stems from our history. It stems from us not doing enough to bring up and allow opportunities for other people. That's my thought. But that's a whole nother topic. And it's interesting that there are a lot of white men at the top of the beauty space. We've talked about this before. I think that's very interesting. When beauty was traditionally a women's space, and now there are lots of men that are wearing makeup, which of course, in my opinion, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. 100% nothing wrong with that. But it's interesting that it seems like the men in the beauty space succeed further than the women sometimes. And I think sometimes the men seem to be forgiven faster than the women. And I think that might be something in our womanness too, but that's a whole nother thing as well. Kim's leaving. Bye, Kim. Isabel says, I try not to make negative comments because it adds to the glamour. That's an interesting perspective. Leslie says, so many times it's a dumb tweet done in a moment and then some drama channel reports it and makes it a thing. That's true. That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. Roseanne says, the older I get, the less I get wrapped up in drama. It's not worth the time or energy. And I think that's true too. And I kind of feel the same way where it's like, I'm just done. I'm just tired of it. I'm just done. I don't want to see it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. But I can imagine like if all of this was around when I was in my early 20s, I would have probably been encouraging that kind of behavior a lot more. So, all right. How far in are we? We're 28 minutes in. Let's take a little bit of a break. And we can pop back to this after our second topic if you guys want, because we're going to be popping topics. Let me take a little sip. Shout out to my Paraloves, my friends on Periscope. We get ready every Friday together on an app called Periscope that's owned by Twitter. And there's only about I think at max, what do you think? My friends that are on Periscope, my Paralubs, was a max like 40 people there. And we just chat and we hang out. And people have said, you need to switch that over to Instagram because you'll get more views and all of that. And it's like, no, I want my people. My people know how to find me on Periscope. So I like hanging out with my 30, sometimes 20, 25 to 40 people on Periscope. It's super fab. All right. Anyway, what's on my face today? So this was actually gifted to me by my friend Nicole. She has a YouTube channel called Yay or Nay Nicole. She had gotten this in PR and she had extra shades. So she gifted this to me. This is the Buildable Blur CC Cream by Thrive Cosmetics. And this is in the shade Light. And I absolutely love this as a medium coverage foundation. It's absolutely beautiful. It goes on really smooth. The application is just beautiful on this. And then what else did I want to show you? Okay, so on my eyes today, I've really been reaching for this a lot from Makeup Geek. This was PR. I told you where I got that. This was PR. This is the Matrix System, the one that's all of the more natural shades. I've been reaching for this a lot as a base to pair with other palettes. So I kind of set up my base with this and then I use the colorful shades from other palettes because it's just pretty much everything I could ever like. There's just so many options here of things to use. So I've been reaching for this a lot. And then this is what I have on my lid today. This is the OFRA. This is their new Glitch palette. This was also set in PR. They have one that I think was the 90s and this one's the 2000s. So the shades are Corduroy, Bling, That's Hot, Chill Pill, Posh, Boy Band, Bring It On, As If, and Razor, R-A-Z-R, which is really cute. And these are the shades that are inside. It's similar to their highlighter formula, which I really like. On my lids today, I have these two shades here. I'm just going to swatch a few shades for you to see. Let's do this pink guy. So you can kind of see what we're dealing with here. They're not overly shiny. That blue's insane. The pigmentation is definitely there, but you can see that the purple has more of a brown undertone. It's not a super poppy purple. That's what I have on my outer corner. And then this is the shade I have on my inner corner. This was really pigmented, the whiter shade. So I had to kind of tap back and forth between the purple and the white to blend it, but it didn't blend away, which was really, really nice. But yeah, not a ton of shine, which I would expect from more of a highlighter formula from them, but definitely very, very pigmented and very easy to use. So this again, scent and PR. On my cheeks today, you know what I've been reaching for a lot since I've been doing my makeup, not having a whole lot of PR or purchase products to play with. I've been reaching for this a lot. This is my e.l.f. contour palette. I've had this forever and I've been loving this. I find this shade to be the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. It is perfect for me. Sometimes I use this creamy light shade to kind of blend out the contour if I accidentally go too far, and it works really well. But I don't really use these other two shades over there, but I absolutely love this shade for contour, and that's what I've been reaching for. I've also been kind of playing with not using upper lid eyeliner. It's something new I'm trying. So I just used today the Essence Lash Princess. This is the Sculpted Volume Mascara. I should probably throw this away. This is old. This is probably 5 months old. This probably needs to go, but I don't want to let it go because I love it. I do believe this was sent in PR. This was purchased. On my highlight, for my highlight today, I use, this was PR, this is the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner, and this is in the shade Peach Crush. Beautiful, beautiful highlighter. I also tapped that on top of my lips a little bit. I really love doing like an ombre lip, so I really like putting on a lipstick and then lightening up the inner part of my lips, kind of make my lips pop out a bit. On my lips, this I believe was also PR. This is the Lorac Secret Agents lipstick. And it looks like that. So that's the main color on my lips, and then with the CoverGirl True Blend tapped in the middle. I get questions a lot about why I use so much PR makeup, and it's because I don't purchase a lot of makeup. I don't see a point in making excess purchases when I have things coming in PR that I can use just as well. I feel like it's just excess. Occasionally I do purchase things, but I do tend to rely on my PR for things that I'm using, things I'm reviewing, because I think excess purchases are crazy. Like... I just think that's silly. When I have things that I'm very happy to review that I'm getting in PR, why buy more stuff? Like, I don't know. That's just me. So that's why I always talk about so much stuff sent in PR. But I do want to be transparent and let you know when something was sent to me in PR. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing on my face today. I have a makeup eraser here. Let me wipe this off, see if I can get it off. It's dry. I don't know if it's going to actually work or not. Yeah. At least I got it off enough that I'm not going to make a big mess all over myself. All right, so next topic. Let's see. Seth says, I love the green Essence mascara, Last Princess. Me too. Me too. Okay. So next topic. Let's go ahead. I'm going to show you. I just want to stay on this for a few minutes. Oh, wait. I forgot to show you something. Never mind. Hold on a second. I forgot to show you my lower lash line eyeliner. This was sent in this month's BoxyCharm. This is the Illuminati Gel Paint Electric Blue Eyeliner. I forgot to show you this. I just saw it sitting there. Zoop. It is very creamy. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils, the way that it glides on. It is very, very creamy. I'm curious to see whether it's going to run through the day. It's the first time I've used it. I have no idea, but it is so creamy and it went on really easily and really, really pigmented. So I'm excited about that. And it did wipe off with this makeup eraser really quickly, maybe because I didn't really let it set. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on this because I think it's really interesting, and I'm debating about maybe possibly getting this when it comes out, so I would love to hear your opinion. It looks like Sephora Play is going to be no more. We did talk about it in What's Up in Makeup this morning. So no more Sephora Play, which was their subscription box. Instead, they're going to be doing a couple of different things. So this is one thing they're doing, which is the Sephora Luxe box. And it has 5 deluxe size samples, and it's supposed to be luxury beauty samples. Here's another photo of it. So it looks like we've got La Mer, we've got, what's this thing called? Kerastase, I think is how you pronounce this, Kerastase, Salawasu, we've got a Victor and Rolf, looks like Flower Bomb maybe, L'Or, and this, I think, is that Guerlain? I think so, Guerlain, I believe. I believe. And this is going to be $25 for this this set. And I think it's really interesting. Let me just go ahead and go over to what we said about in the news. Just that they're ending the service in April of 2020. And there's going to be Sephora Luxe. It's going to be available for purchase on the 29th of April for Rouge members. They're going to have, it's 29th for everybody. For Rouge members, the 28th. And it's going to be all prestige brands. So they didn't say luxury brands, they said prestige brands. And then they're expanding their favorites multi-branded boxes with Hello, which is 5 samples for $10, and Pop with 6 samples for $15. None of these are going to be subscription based. So, and then, yeah, let me go ahead and flip you back over. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think that one thing we need to watch out for is that when they're advertising this, they're going to show us the best of the best. They're going to show you the best possible option. So what we saw in that photo is probably going to be one of the better options, one of the better boxes that they're going to have. I'm curious to see, they said that it's not going to be subscription based, so I guess it's not going to be a mystery either, and you'll get to purchase knowing what's in it, which I think is kind of an interesting concept. And I guess it'll be like a first come, first serve thing. Who knows how many will be available. I hope that they make it enough available so that everybody that wants it will get it, or at least, 90% of the people that want it will get it. I mean, I don't have a lot of faith in Sephora and their programs. I mean, you think about the point system that Sephora has, and when they open up their little point store or whatever, and they've got stuff up for, I don't know, 30 seconds tops before it's all sold out. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I don't have a lot of faith in them to pull this off very well. We'll have to see what happens. I hope they do. I hope they pull it off well. But based on their point system and everything and how badly they handle that as far as having things available, and I don't have a lot of faith. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm being a negative Nancy about it. But but we'll see. I think I might look into maybe getting it. We'll see. Delilah says, why not make them full-size products like BoxyCharm? I don't know. I'm not sure why they wouldn't do that. I would imagine they would have the ability, having so many connections and being Sephora. I would imagine they have that ability. 6 deluxe samples, it says, from 3 categories. And it says prestige brands. I think that's important, where in the picture they mostly showed luxury brands, but that's not what prestige, my understanding of prestige means. Prestige is like kind of the ultimate definition of prestige, in my opinion, where it's, you could get Too Faced, Tarte, stuff like that, not necessarily like La Mer. But we'll see what happens. I hope it turns out okay. I hope so. Alyssa says Ipsy was trash. But this is the thing. The history of subscription boxes by Jen Loves Reviews. When Ipsy first came out, they were amazing because of their competition. So we had like Beauty Army and Birchbox, where legit for $10 you would get samples this big. You get 5 samples, and you get a little perfume vial, you get a little mini lipstick, you would get a mascara tester one. Like, I don't know where I had one over here. Like the ones that come in like the foil packets where it's like a little tiny mascara. I guess it's like the deluxe sample. And like, it was bad. It was really bad. And then Ipsy came on and they started giving bigger deluxe samples for their $10. When BoxyCharm came on the scene, they were a drugstore box first. And then they started adding in samples of more prestige kinds of products. And then they went full size, was the progression of that. And that just kind of blew everybody out of the water. It was like, that was the end of the subscription box as we know it. It took a while for it to do that, but that was the end of the subscription box as we knew it. So now we have this hugely high expectation. And I think that's where subscription boxes sometimes get into trouble, because the expectation is here. And sometimes just logistically, you can't get to that level here. And people have such high expectations now because of BoxyCharm. And I would imagine that would be very difficult to maintain. I want to make sure I saw super chat come through, but I think that was one that I already talked about. I just don't want to make sure I miss it. Leslie, thank you so much, Leslie. I did miss it. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate you so much. I love your little puppy picture. Okay, let me scroll back down. I want to make sure I said thank you. That was really nice. Yeah, and Sephora had same samples, very tiny. Exactly. But we'll see. Alyssa, Ipsy never gave me things for my skin tone, so I unsubscribed, giving me light pink blushes when I'm dark skinned. Yeah. That was a problem. That was a huge problem. Absolutely, 100%. And I think that they did have a profile where you could put that stuff in. And I think one of my subscribers had sent me a video that she had made about, BoxyCharm not following the the survey that they have. I haven't done a BoxyCharm survey, so I don't know how it is and how it looks right now. But I would imagine that with the surveys, even with Ipsy, it's based on what they have available. So if they don't have, like, let's say a company gives blushes and they only give them an option of 2 shades and it's light and lighter, then they only have the option of giving the deeper skin tone people the lighter one. So then they have the option of, okay, we don't have options for all of our subscribers, so now we're just not going to accept this product until you can offer us something that we can give to our deeper skinned subscribers, which I think that's the choice. I think from my outside, never having run a subscription box opinion, is it why I don't understand why they wouldn't just say, unless you can give us something that we can use for our entire range of people, then we just won't partner with you. I don't know. That's just the way it seems would be right to me. I don't know. Eve, thank you so much. She says to my internet best friend, love you, Jen. Oh, thank you, Eve. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. I don't know, man. I don't know. Catherine says, my issue with Play was that they repeated samples so often. Did they? Okay, see, I only did Play for like a month, and then something happened with my subscription, and then I didn't end up continuing it. I never re-upped it. So, some talk about Alexandria Ryan. Yeah, if you want to watch great subscription box channel, Alexandria Ryan is amazing. She's super fab. This time is going by so fast. It's funny how, like, I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about today. And like somehow we always find things to talk about. We always have things to say. Beatrice says, what is the difference between these new Sephora boxes and the Sephora favorites? it seems like they're going to make some less expensive favorites boxes. So those favorites boxes would run you anywhere from what, like was it $20, $25 for the mascara one, to like the big ones, which could end up being like $60 to $70 maybe, if my memory's serving right. I could be a little off there. And this one, let me go back over to my notes. It says that the favorites will be multi-branded items with hello. So it'll be 5 samples for $10. So it sounds like that's going to be the new play box. The 5 samples for $10 is going to be 5 smaller ones, and then Pop, which 6 samples for $15. So it seems like they're transitioning play over to favorites multi-branded boxes that you will know what's in it before you buy it, and you can choose to buy it or not. For the 5 samples for 10, 6 samples for 15. I feel like 5 samples for 10 and 6 samples for 15, I feel like that's kind of weird, because why would you pay an extra $5 for that 6th sample? Like, it better be good. If it's worth $5 for a sample, it better be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, I guess because the contents are going to be different. Maybe they'll put better things in the Pop box than the hello box, which is the $10 one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll find out on, April 28th, 29th. We'll find out about this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me go back over to you guys. Alyssa says you should totally do why people watch Alexandria Ryan. I could. I love Alexandria Ryan. She's fabulous. Next up is going to be Kathleen Lights. I start my Kathleen Lights research today. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully. I think I said this last week. I know that I've done my duty when at the end of the montage, I get chills and get teared up. At the end of the montage. It's real feel good. If you haven't watched my Why Do People Watch series, I think that it's really good. I'm really enjoying making them. It allows me to research in a different direction, which is really fun. So Noah says, why should anyone pay for samples? That's a really good point. I think that some people just want to try new things and they don't want to spend the money to pay full price for it. And it's a way to immediately be able to try something that maybe you wouldn't have purchased the full size for. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I remember like looking and scrounging for places to get samples to try things because I didn't have the money to spend on buying products in order to review. And that was why I originally started as a subscription box channel. Well, not originally, but I very quickly transitioned into being a subscription box channel because it allowed me to try new things and review things that I didn't have the money, didn't have the desire to purchase. So I think that's why a lot of people pay for samples. But I know that you can get free samples sometimes at, Ulta, Sephora, makeup counters, things like that. But you don't really get to pick what you get. The last time I went to Ulta, I got a Tarte Maneater mascara, and I wasn't a big fan of that mascara. So I wish that I had been able to choose that. That would have been cool. That would have been nice. But both with these subscription boxes, you actually, not subscription boxes, but these options at Sephora, you have an option, So I think that's just my opinion. What else am I missing? Okay. Yeah, Wendy says, I don't think a skincare sample will give you a good idea of the product. 100%. I think that a skincare sample, the only thing that it really does is it allows you to try the texture, the scent, how it feels on the skin. But of course, you probably won't see too many results. There are some skincare products where you may see results faster, such as anti-acne ingredients or products or a product specifically for very dry skin. If you have very dry skin, you may see some results after trying a sample. But as far as long-term, especially for like anti-aging effects, things like that, hyperpigmentation, you're not going to see that from a sample most likely. Christine, thank you so much. She said she finally made it live. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate you so much. And thank you so much, S. Jackson again. Oh, you're so sweet. She says, I love the new series. Sophia Nygaard would be another one. I think Sophia Nygaard would be wonderful. And also Christine from Simply Nailogical. I've gotten a lot of requests for her. That would be super interesting because I know she's really changed her content over the years. I just started watching Sophia Nygaard not that long ago. So I would be interested to go back into her history and see where she started. I think that would be cool. I started watching Jackie, I want to say around 2017, somewhere in there. So I wasn't aware of a lot of the things that where she had started either, because she started in 2009. Oh, thank you, Robin. Robin says, really love your new series, Why People Watch. I'm so glad. I love it too. It's really fun. It's fun to make, and it's fun to do something positive, and I know that a lot of my content, especially, live chats and different content that I've done in the past, has felt more negative. I had kind of like a whistleblower kind of, vibe to my channel, and I still want to be kind of a whistleblower vibe, but not at the expense of someone else. I don't know. It's hard deciding, because I want people to know a backstory of things so that you can make educated purchasing decisions and things like that. But I think sometimes it could get kind of petty, and I'm trying to move toward not being as petty. Maybe I'm growing up, I don't know. My birthday's in June, so maybe I'm growing up, I don't know. But I just feel like I enjoy a more positive feeling when I'm making the content, and it doesn't make me feel good to say things that are not nice, like it doesn't give me joy. Like, some people find joy in saying things that are not nice. I don't find joy in that. It's more of I was trying to give information to help people. So my vibe is kind of changing a bit. I feel like I'm growing in a different direction. Not to say I'll never talk about anything negative about anybody ever again, because, we talked about some negative things today. But I feel like, the more, especially right now, the more positive we can give, I think, is better. We can go back to being petty another time, I guess. Maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't even predict. I don't know. I'm just doing what I feel is right now in the moment. So Nicole says it's better to patch test with samples than anything. We don't always patch test like we should. That's very true. That's very, very true, especially if you have sensitive skin. I very rarely patch test, and I've definitely paid the price for that occasionally. That's how I found out I was sensitive to papain and papaya extract. So was not patch testing. So, all right. So at this point, we're just popping topics. We have about 9 minutes left. So whatever you all want to talk about would be amazing. Donna Bell says, Sophia's backstory online is super cool. I think she used to work for BuzzFeed, but left because she wasn't jiving with the way they made her edit stuff artistically. Gotcha. Angelica would be great, Felicia. She's amazing. I love her. I got to meet her. She's such a sweetheart. Sharon, I find your channel predominantly positive since I subbed 2.5 years ago. Well, thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know. Sarah says there's a difference between being negative because you're being honest and deliberately seeking to put negativity out into the world. That's a really good point, Sarah. That's a really good point. I mean, you can tell in my brain I'm still kind of not, like, when you're in that deciding phase and you're not quite sure about how you feel about things, and sometimes you just need to talk it out in order to get your thoughts together. That's kind of the way where I am with my feelings right now. That's kind of where I'm at. So, yeah. Telestra wants to know, how do I feel about the reopening of the country? I don't want to get political. I will tell you what I tweeted out, my public tweet. There was a hashtag reopen Maryland that was trending last night, and I do not agree that Maryland is ready to reopen. I can speak for where I feel in our state. Our numbers are still going up, so I don't think it's a good idea to reopen our state. As a small business owner with my husband, I don't think it's a good idea to reopen right now, at least where I live. I'm not going to speak for anywhere else where anybody else lives, because it's not I don't know anything about their situations. But what? My husband's got the dog and he's making faces off camera. Mama Goonie. Hi, Mama Goonie. She says, did you know Sephora has Klarna? It's like Afterpay. I've never heard of that. Klarna. No, I've never heard of that. I don't know anything about that. Martha says, I'm so glad you're doing Kathleen Lights. As a Latina woman, her Spanglish brings back memories of my mom who passed. Oh, I was giggling, and then your mom passed away last year. I'm so sorry. Love her vibe. Thanks again. It should be interesting. I'm really excited to do it. Jen, I've been binging on Teresa's Dead and Rach Loves lately. Yes, just for laughs. Nice. Robbie says, I found this channel to be more informative than negativity. Thank you so much. I try to be, but I mean, it's really, when you see the same kind of comment pop up a bunch of times, I try to take that into consideration. So Crystal says PA is reopening some of our state liquor stores on Monday, but curbside pickup only. Priorities, huh? That's very interesting. It's an interesting choice to open up liquor stores. Very interesting. Okay. Melody says ColourPop has a new line. People say it's old colors repackaged. Is that so? I have no idea. I honestly don't know. Aw, Isabel has a little YouTube thing. It's like says stay home. It's a little icon. That is so cute. It's like a door hanger. It says YouTube, and then when you hover over it, it says stay home. That's so cool. All right, we're getting requests for the puppy. You gonna bring Haley in?
Puppy.
Mm-hmm. She's right there.
Nope.
Teresa's dad is amazing, Fatima. Teresa's dad is fabulous. Oh, Granny, thank you so much. She says thank you for being you, and she's got that workout pair. Thank you, Granny. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right. Here. Come here, Haley. Oh, my baby. I think we talked about... Oh, Holly, thank you. Figure out if I can pay a cover charge for a band. I'll send a love hour your way. Oh, thank you. You are the best. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate you. If you've never met Haley, she is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, and she's amazing. And she doesn't really like being in chat. I think maybe the way I'm holding her, too. Can I hold you like a baby? Let me hold you like a baby. Do you like that better? Is that better? I think we talked last week that she had a bellyache from eating too much rabbit poop. We've been watching her to make sure she doesn't eat any more poop, and her belly is much better. So, oh, you coming in? Let me move over so you can come in.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, this Haley. Yes. Poppy! Emily says, I'm in Minnesota, and our liquor stores have been open the whole time. Wow.
I think our liquor stores are open, too.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some reason, they're considered essential.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe you're using liquor for cooking?
Haley weighs about 15 pounds.
Okay. She's wiggling.
This
she
guy,
does not want to be up here.
This is Sam.
I'm going to put her down. She's wiggling.
He's about 42 pounds.
Yeah, Sam is a Brittany.
He's our Brittany Spaniel.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
So anyway, yeah, so we're doing pretty good. We got our second pickup grocery delivery, not delivery, but our second grocery pickup yesterday. They only gave me one bag of Cheetos, of the cheese puffs, so I'm really sad about that. That was my biggest complaint, is I only got one bag of cheese puffs.
Oh, and we didn't get our tortillas.
Yeah, we were going to have Taco Tuesday and no tortillas. That was not fun. That's sad. But I mean, overall, we're doing okay as of now. Yeah, Alicia says liquor stores are considered essential in New York. That's so interesting.
Because
wow. Sarah says
the government got to get that ATF money.
Oh, I know, right? Sarah says in Ireland, all the liquor is sold out at the stores. Wow. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Robin says Louisiana has drive-through daiquiri shops. Of course, those are never closed. Are you serious? I have never heard of that. We used to, in our old neighborhood, have a drive-through liquor store. Remember?
Yeah, but when I think of like drive-through daiquiri, I think of like stopping by Wendy's to get a Frosty.
Right. Like are you driving with the daiquiri? Like they hand it to you like in a cup and like you're like drinking it as you're driving? Like how does that work?
Oh.
How is that? That can't be a thing.
When we went
it must be packaged. It must be like solid lit up.
I don't know. Yeah, we need more information on that.
Yeah, I need more of that. Shelly, thank you so much. Has hubby tattooed you before? What is it? Yes. He's done all. Oh, you putting him down? Okay. He's done all of my tattoos except for the first one that I got before I met him. We were doing a back piece that was like a tribute to my childhood. It was like fairy tales and different things. So like I have a big mermaid on one side that was supposed to be like the Little Mermaid. I have an anime character called the Sea Prince from a movie called The Sea Prince and the Fire Child that I loved when I was a kid. It's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of story, but anime. And then I have some art from Alice in Wonderland in the middle of my back, on my lower back, of her like opening the curtain from the original artwork from Alice in Wonderland. I have Falcor from The Neverending Story and Bastian riding Falcor on my shoulder. I have and the owl from the movie Labyrinth on my shoulder. Did I get them all?
I think so.
I think I got them all. Oh, and then I have that on my ankle. I have the bride and groom from our wedding invitations. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
But we haven't tattooed you in over
9 years.
9 years.
Because I don't like getting tattooed. Yeah. But my tattoos could really use a touch up. They're old. They're definitely could use a little bit of love. And it's because I don't take care of them either. Like I didn't make sure that I was always protected, especially my shoulder one. Like I didn't make sure I had sunblock on it at all times and stuff like that. So Teresa, oh, thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate you. Make sure I got everybody. Yeah, okay. Scroll down and see what people are saying. Naomi says, the beginning of this chat was so good and it seems obvious, but this really gave some perspective. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot, Naomi. Megan, it's so that people don't take up hospital beds for detoxing and withdrawing while hospital staff focus on COVID patients. That's really interesting, Megan. I hadn't even thought of that. Mm-hmm. Wow. I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, Donabelle, read the daiquiri thing. They put a piece of plastic tape over the top of it and trust you not to drink it while driving. Wow. That's awesome. Thing. I can't even believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Honest Beauty review is here. Check out her Instagram and YouTube channel. Tostitos has a new queso flavor if you can't get a hold of your taco essentials. They're amazing and definitely satisfy the taco craving. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Angie knows the Sea Prince and the Fire Child. Wow, what a memory. I love that story. It's really sad, though. It's a sad story. I don't know why I liked it so much. Mariah says, I need a sleeve from his shop. What's it called? I'm in Frederick County. Oh, nice. It's called Tattooed Heart Studios. They are appointment only. So what you're going to do, if you want to book an appointment at his studio, you go to their website. Right now, they're closed. But if you wanted to book an appointment for after, we're not closed anymore. Is anybody taking new clients right now? Probably not, right?
Yeah, so the website is tattooedheart.com. We're in Hanover, Maryland. I think most of the artists in our studio, we're appointment only. We do all custom tattooing. Everybody in the studio has their own style and kind of does their own thing. So we tend to be a little more booked out. It's definitely not a quick turnaround. So I think right now most of the artists have put booking on hold because we have a lot of people already in the pipeline, and we don't want to overcommit our time and kind of get too far ahead of ourselves. So it's something to keep an eye on. If you're interested, you can check out the website. Mm-hmm. See if
pick an artist.
See if any of the artists' work resonates with you. I mean, we do a lot of different styles, but there's only 6 of us, so we don't cover all the styles.
Yeah, but I mean, they all do something completely different from each other, though. Mm-hmm. So there's like more photorealism kinds of stuff. And wouldn't you say Amy does more photorealism kind of stuff, or no?
No, Amy does really. More like painterly fantasy kind of stuff nowadays. We don't have anybody who does like portrait photorealism kind of stuff, but Amy draws from that genre a little bit, but it's more painterly fantasy.
And then like Natalie does like Japanese stuff, and Kenzie does watercolor, and
Andrea does a lot of color geometric inspired, pattern inspired, like with animals and cutesy kind of stuff.
And what would you describe Amber as?
Amber does a lot of illustrative, like color illustration work, and she does a lot of stuff in that like kind of witchy, naturey, kind of realm. You
gotta just check it out. Check it out and see.
It's really
it's
good.
all
it's
women
really
in
cool
him.
Stuff.
He has all women artists. Yeah. You've employed men before, but that just didn't work out.
I mean, we just don't currently have men working at the studio, but it's not something that we did. It
wasn't purposeful.
Purposely.
Yeah. So, but anyway, oh my gosh, we're 3 minutes over.
Oh my goodness. But yeah.
Oh, thank you, Steph. Steph put out the link for Tattooed Heart in the chat. Thank you so much, Steph. You're awesome. Thank you to the Wrench Wenches, aka our moderators, for doing such an awesome job. We appreciate you so much. And thank you all for being here. I hope that y'all enjoyed chat this week. I know we enjoyed hanging out with you. Thank you for joining me. I love when you come and join me at the end of chat. I appreciate it. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay inside. Be safe. And we will see you guys next week for chat. And yeah, I got lots of good content coming up on the channel this week. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you go. And we're looking at, I don't know. I'll wait to tell you that. I'll wait to tell you that about things, the conversation we were having before. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to spill the beans on that yet.
We're working on
something potentially. And maybe we'll have more information to share with you about that next week. But I need to flesh out some ideas first before I tell you yet, because I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I always jump the gun on that kind of stuff. Where I'm like, here it is. This is what's happening.
Yeah, we're going to wait on that one, though. But it's coming. Thank you all so much for all the super chats. Much, much appreciated. You guys are amazing. It will be so helpful right now. Really appreciate it. Mad love to you. And I will see you in a video very, very soon. All right. Bye.
Bye.